our portion is integrated rate equations. First, we discussed about integrated rate equations for zero order reactions. What do you mean by zero order reactions? You know the rate expression, rate is equal to K into concentration of A to the power X, concentration of B to the power Y. This is the general rate expression. In this, we write K into concentration of the reactants. Both the reactants to the power 0 is known as rate is equal to K into concentration of the reactant to the power 0 is known as zero order reaction. Any number to the power 0 become 1. Then we get a rate is equal to K. Such reactions are known as zero order reactions. That means rate is equal to K. That means the concentration of the reactant do not affect the rate of reaction, because here the concentration term is not present. So rate is equal to K. Define zero order reactions. Ask for board exam, then you should write the zero order reactions are reactions when the concentration of the reactants does not affect the rate of reaction, or it means that the rate of reaction is proportional to the zero power of concentration of the reactants. Rate of reaction is K means proportional to the zero power of the concentration of the reactants. Consider a general reaction. R gives P. R gives P, then we can write, rate, differential rate is equal to minus d by dt of concentration of R. Negative sign is there because it is a reactant. So minus d by dt of concentration of R. Then rate expression can be written as this is rate. Rate is equal to K into concentration of R to the power 0, because it is the zero order reaction. Then minus dr by dt is equal to K, because R to the power 0 is 1. Then we write minus d by dt of concentration of R is equal to K. Then here rearranging this equation, then we get dr is equal to K into dt. This minus goes to the right side, minus K into dt. Then integrating this equation, that is integrated rate equation, the differentials can be integrated. On integrating both sides, integral, we can write integral dr is equal to minus K taken outside into integral dt. Then we get integral dr is equal to R. Integral dr is equal to only concentration of R. Both are integral and d. Differential integration. Both are cancelled. Then we get integral dr is equal to concentration of R, which is equal to minus K into, similarly integral dt is equal to T. Integral dt is equal to T minus K T. Kt plus I. This is the rule of integration. Then we add an integration constant also. So this equation is taken as 1, where I is the integration constant. Then when a condition is applied, when t is equal to 0, that means initial state, t is equal to 0, then the concentration of R become R0. Listen here, R0 is the initial concentration and R is the concentration at a time t. That is, R is the concentration at a particular time t, and R0 is the initial concentration when t becomes 0. Then substituting the value in this equation number 1, then we get, instead of R, we write R0 is equal to minus K into, instead of T, we substitute 0 plus I. Then we get concentration of R0 is equal to minus K into 0 plus I. Then we get concentration of R0 is equal to I. Substituting the value of I in this first equation, then we get concentration of R is equal to minus Kt plus, instead of I we substitute R0, equation number 2. So rearranging the equation, R terms are concentration of R and R0 become taken together, then concentration of R0 minus concentration of R is equal to, this minus become plus Kt. R0 minus R is equal to Kt. Then from this equation we can write K is equal to rate constant, K is equal to concentration of R0 minus concentration of R by T, where K is a rate constant, R0 is the initial concentration, R is a concentration at a particular time, T. So this is the expression for rate constant for a zero order reaction. K is equal to concentration of R0 minus concentration of R by T.
Equation number 2 is equation of straight line y is equal to mx plus c. That is concentration of R is equal to minus Kt plus concentration of R0. This is the equation number 2. Here y, mx, c. Then we plot a graph y, that is concentration of R on y axis and T on x axis. Then we get a straight line graph with the intercept concentration of R0, that is equivalent to C, intercept R0, and M is equivalent to slope, M is equivalent to minus K, slope is minus K and intercept is equal to concentration of R0. This is the graphical representation of concentration of R against T for a zero order reaction. Then examples for zero order reactions: decomposition of ammonia on hot platinum surface. Ammonia decompose on platinum surface is example for zero order reaction. Then thermal decomposition of hydrogen iodide on gold surface is also another example for zero order reaction. Then next, integrated rate equation for first order reaction. In this, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the first power of the concentration of reactant. Consider a reaction R gives P, we can written as minus dr by dt is equal to K into concentration of R to the power 1. That is, rate is proportional to the first power of the concentration of reactants. Now we find the integrated rate equation for first order reaction. General reaction R gives P, then rate is equal to differential rate minus dr by dt is equal to K into concentration of the reactant R to the power 1, first power. So that is first order reaction. Rearranging the equation, then dr by R is equal to minus K into dt. Then integrating this equation, integral dr by R is equal to minus K taken outside because it is a constant into integral dt. Then integral dr by R is equal to ln R. Integral dt is equal to t. Then we can write instead of integral dr by R, ln R is equal to minus k into integral dt is t. So minus k into t plus I, where I is the integration constant. When t is equal to 0, then concentration of R become R0, that is the initial concentration when t becomes 0. Substituting the value in the first equation, then we get, instead of R, write R0. ln R0 is equal to minus K into, instead of T we can write 0 plus I. Then we get ln R0 is equal to minus K into 0 plus I. That is, this term becomes 0. Then ln R0 is equal to I. Then substitute the value of I in equation number 1. Then we get ln R is equal to minus Kt plus, instead of I we can write ln R0, equation number 2. Then rearranging the equation, ln R0 minus ln R is equal to Kt. Then ln A minus ln B is equal to ln A by B. So that is here ln R0 minus ln R is equal to ln R0 by R, which is equal to Kt. This is equation number 3. Then for removing this ln, it is multiplied by 2.3, then it become logarithm to the base 10. So 2.303 log concentration of R0 by concentration of R is equal to Kt. Then from this we can write K is equal to 2.303 by T into log concentration of R0 by R. This is the equation for rate constant for first order reaction. K is equal to 2.303 by T into log concentration of R0 by concentration of R, where concentration of R0 is the initial concentration and concentration of R is the concentration at a particular time T. K is the rate constant.
Here equation number 2 is an equation for straight line y is equal to mx plus c. Equation number 2 is ln r is equal to minus kt plus ln r 0. Here y is equivalent to ln r, mx is equivalent to minus kt, c is equivalent to ln r 0. Then here ln r is plotted on y-axis and t is plotted on x-axis. Then we get a straight line with intercept ln r0 and slope m is equivalent to minus k. So here slope is minus k and intercept is ln r0. Then from the equation number 4 is 2.303 log r0 by r is equal to kt. This is also equation for straight line. Then rearranging the equation, log r0 by r is equal to kt by 2.303. Here y is log r0 by r, m is k by 2.303, x is t, c is 0. Then we plot a graph ln r0 by r on y-axis, t on x-axis. Then we get a straight line graph with no intercept. That is the graph like this. Then here the slope is k by 2.303. Example 4, first order reaction. Hydrogenation of ethene is example for a first order reaction. Then decomposition of N2O5 and N2O are example for first order reaction. All natural and artificial radioactive decay is example for first order reaction. Remember, all natural and artificial radioactive disintegration is example for first order reaction. These graphs are very important one. Ask for board exam. The same graphical representation is given. The same graph is given and which is the slope, which is the order of reaction. Like that questions are asked for board exam. Okay. Next our portion is half-life period of a reaction, denoted by the symbol T half. It is a time in which the concentration of reactant is reduced to 1/2 of the initial concentration. That is the time taken to reduce half of the initial concentration of the reactant. For example, 10 gram of reactant is taken, then it becomes 5 gram, then that time is the half-life period. So, for a zero order reaction, rate constant K is given by K is equal to R0 minus R divided by T. Then we can write this T is equal to R0 minus R divided by K. Then when T become T half, the time become half life, then concentration at a particular time become R0 by 2, because it is the time, T half is the time taken to reduce half of the initial concentration. So that become R0 by 2 because R0 is the initial concentration. Then we can write T half is equal to R0 minus, instead of this R we can substitute R0 by 2 divided by K. Then we get 2R0 minus R0 divided by 2K. Then we get the value T half is equal to R0 divided by 2K. This is the expression for half-life period of a zero order reaction. Very important one for doing problems. T half is equal to concentration of R0 divided by 2K, where R0 is the initial concentration, K is the rate constant, T half is the half-life period for zero order reaction. T half of a zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration of reactants and inversely proportional to its rate constant. Then for first order reaction, we know rate constant K is equal to 2.303 divided by T into log concentration of R0 by concentration of R. Then here we can write T is equal to 2.303 divided by K into log concentration of R0 divided by concentration of R. Then when T become T half, then concentration of R become R0 by 2. Then substitute the values, then we get T half is equal to 2.303 divided by K into log concentration of R0 divided by concentration of R0 by 2. Then we get 2.303 by K into R0 and R0 become cancelled. 2 goes to the numerator, then become log 2. Log 2 is 0.3010. Substitute the value, then we get 2.303 into 0.3010 divided by K. Then we can write T half is equal to, on multiplication, then we get 0.693 divided by K. This is, from this we can identify that the half-life period of a first order reaction is independent of the initial concentration of the reactants, because the initial concentration of reactant R0 is absent here, so which means that the half-life period is independent of the initial concentration of the reactant R0. As for board exam, half-life, prove that half-life period of a first order reaction is independent of the initial concentration of the reactant. Next our portion is pseudo first order reactions. Pseudo means false. That is, some reactions are not truly a first order reaction, but under certain conditions behave like a first order reaction. Such reactions are known as pseudo first order reactions. Very important one. As for 1 mark question, what are pseudo first order reactions? Some reactions are not truly a first order reaction, but under certain conditions behave like a first order reaction. For example, acid catalyzed hydrolysis of ethyl acetate. Ethyl acetate is this one. On hydrolysis, water is taken in excess in presence of acid, then we get acetic acid and ethanol. In this reaction, rate is equal to rate constant into concentration of ethyl acetate only affect, because the concentration of water is taken in excess amount, so its concentration is taken as constant. So the rate only depends on the concentration of ethyl acetate. Water is in excess. So such type of reactions are known as, here two reactants are there, but only one reactant which depends on the rate of reaction. So the order is 1. So these reactions are known as pseudo first order reactions. Other example is inversion of cane sugar. Cane sugar, you know, sucrose. On acid catalyzed hydrolysis, water is taken in excess, then we get glucose and fructose. Here the rate only depends on the concentration of cane sugar, because the water is taken in excess, so its concentration is taken as a constant. Such reactions are known as pseudo first order reactions. Next our portion is factors influencing rate of a reaction. First one is concentration of reactants. When the concentration of reactants increases, the rate of reaction also increases. Both are directly proportional. Second one is temperature of the reaction. You know, the rate of reaction increases with increase in temperature. When temperature increases, the kinetic energy of molecule also increases. For every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate constant value become doubled. Simply we can say temperature increases, rate of reaction also increases. Next one is the presence of catalyst. A catalyst which increase the rate of reaction. For example, the decomposition of potassium chlorate to KClO3. Potassium chlorate in presence of MnO2 gives KCl plus oxygen. Next one, surface area of the reactants. When surface area increases, the rate of heterogeneous reactions also increases. For example, marble powder react faster than marble chips. Next, collision theory.
According to this theory, the reactant molecules are assumed to be hard spheres. They collide with each other, then chemical reactions takes place. Only effective collisions leading to product formation. The number of collisions per second per unit volume of the reaction mixture is known as collision frequency, denoted by the symbol Z. The number of collisions per second per unit volume of the reaction mixture is known as collision frequency Z. The main drawback of this theory is it considers the reacting species as hard spheres and ignores their structural aspects. Other structures do not consider. All reactant molecules are considered as hard spheres.